Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair, so if that sounds like your thing, make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. Today I want to share how I've been soothing and healing my irritated, sensitive, red skin. I went a little crazy towards the end of 2019 and just did things I knew my skin wasn't going to like. I overdid the exfoliation, I overdid the active ingredients, I experimented with way too many products all in one go. And my skin made it very obvious that I screwed up. In one of my more recent videos, you can just see that my skin is irritated, it's blotchy, it's red, it's dry. You can physically see how dehydrated it is. It just looks so dull that it actually made me look sick. I 1000% compromised my skin barrier. Everyday products that I used on a daily basis were starting to sting and irritate my skin, basically confirming this. Other signs that my skin was irritated was that it was feeling a lot tighter than usual, a lot more dehydrated. I was breaking out more than usual. Everything just felt like it bothered my skin. Nothing sat comfortably on my skin. I also think the change of weather had a huge part to play. So yes, overuse of pretty much everything led to my irritated skin. Quick disclaimer, I'm just sharing today what I've been doing for my irritated skin. This video isn't meant to offer any kind of professional advice in any way. And also, whilst I'll be talking about exact products that I've been using, the reason I picked these products is purely for their ingredients, not because of the price tag, not because of the brand. So while these exact products work for me, it's really about the ingredients that they contain. So there's no reason why you have to buy these exact products. So first things first, I stopped doing skincare for a day. I had to take a step back, look at what I was using, look at what I had, and try and put together a very basic, almost stripped back routine. Well, say stripped back. I wanted to pick products that focus on barrier repair, but also products that included ingredients that basically like mimicked my skin's natural environment, and keep it simple. Well, simple for me. So when it comes to cleansing, I really stripped back on cleansing. In fact, my morning had no routine whatsoever. I just let my skin get on with whatever it was doing. The more water I used on my skin, the more irritated it became. The more cleansers I was using, obviously the more irritated it became. And no matter really how gentle your cleanser is, it's an invasive step in general. So I had one water cleanse, and that was in the evening. And I would use gentle cleansers like my Crave Natural Hemp Hydrating Cleanser or the Then I Met You cleanser, but that was it. My only cleanser of the day was then. Also, no exfoliation. The last thing I want to be doing on my irritated skin with a damaged skin barrier is trying to exfoliate that skin. HAs and BHAs can be quite strong, quite irritating. They can really cause some damage, and I don't even want to start talking about physical exfoliating on my irritated skin. Oh, I would have gone so red. Toners. Toners are not a necessity whatsoever in any routine, especially not this one, but there are a few reasons why I use the toner. First of all, I find them incredibly soothing, and the right toner with the right ingredients can really help calm down that irritation and that redness, itching and flushing of the skin. But more importantly, a hydrating toner right after cleansing can help your skin retain that hydration, especially if they contain hyaluronic acid, glycerin. This one in particular, the CosRX one, contains allantoin, which is known to help soothe the skin. So I would do a couple of layers of this just because I found it incredibly soothing. It didn't feel tight, it didn't feel irritated, it didn't feel itchy, which I think this really helped that itchy step. But yeah, you can 100% skip this step, but also for me, hydration is key. An alternate step, but again, not necessary, is an essence. Just a hydrating essence to bring back some of that life and plumpness into my dull skin. When my skin is dehydrated, it gets really itchy, so I didn't want to be further irritating my skin by scratching at it. But a very particular essence, this one in particular, is fragrance-free, alcohol-free, and free of basically any other ingredients that could potentially maybe irritate your skin. Now, a step that I feel makes the biggest difference when it comes to my routines, and the difference in speed of recovery, is a serum, but the right serums. A big part of this routine, well, the main part of this routine, is to get my skin barrier back intact, back to normal, in a healthy state. I've picked what I consider gentle serums that are going to help and have the right ingredients for my irritated skin. What I've been loving and using non-stop since the irritation started is the D-panthenol serum from CosRX, from CosRX. D-panthenol in particular has been known to have some amazing benefits for the skin, especially irritated and inflamed skin, including reducing transepidermal water loss, promoting wound healing, soothing irritated, itchy and inflamed skin, which is everything, improving hydration and strengthening those top layers of our skin. So this is a perfect ampoule for my current skin situation. I hated this ampoule at first purely because I didn't know how to get the product out. Used even just once a day has sorted my skin right out. I feel like this really helped. The other serum that I've been using is of course Crave Beauty's Great Barrier Relief. This serum's job is to literally restore your skin barrier, so I think it's an obvious option and it helps so much. It contains ceramides, phytosterol and squalane, and these are those skin mimicking ingredients that I mentioned earlier. When my skin was feeling a little bit better, I did introduce a morning routine, splash of water, toner or essence, and then serum. So the CosRX one I started to use twice a day. The Crave Beauty one for me is strictly an evening one because it is a little bit more oily and kind of more of a moisturizer. Speaking of moisturizers, this is my final step. So I usually have my go-to moisturizers for when my skin is feeling a little bit dull, when I've irritated a little bit, but I think I pushed my skin to a limit so much towards the end of the year that my go-to moisturizers were stinging my skin, which is annoying. So I was on the hunt for new, very basic moisturizers. I knew of course it had Crave Beauty's Oh So Simple moisturizer, minimal ingredients, free from any, again, potentially irritating ingredients, and it just gets the job done. So this is one that I would use in the morning as well when I introduced a morning routine. Very basic, I just know that my skin's not gonna hate it. So I was recently gifted this Rovectin Essentials Barrier Repair Cream. Free from everything under the sun, alcohol, artificial fragrance, which doesn't usually bother me, but when my skin is irritated, I just like to be extra careful. And I have to be honest, looking at the ingredients on their website, I wouldn't have really picked this for myself, judging purely by their own product description and ingredient highlights. They've got a lot of trademarked, what sounds like, to be honest, bullshit ingredient descriptions. Barrier repair, complex cell fortifier, silky shield base, like they're all trademarked. And it just sounds like fake science crap, you know? But when you actually look at the ingredients, there's some good basic ingredients in there that helps with my current situation. Ceramides, hyaluronic acid, glycerin, niacinamide, and something they call astaxanthin, which they say is an antioxidant found in microalgae, which researchers believe to be 6,000 times stronger than vitamin C and 550 times stronger than vitamin E, a very particular amount, which helps restore damaged and irritated skin. But when I looked through the ingredients again, it just kind of looked like a lot of plant extracts, to be honest with you. I don't know, whatever's in it, it's working very well for my skin. It's a little bit more on the thicker, oily side, so it's definitely an evening moisturizer. So it is the main moisturizer I'm using, but it's instantly soothing. If I've got like itchy skin throughout the day, I would just rub like a little bit of this moisturizer on my skin, and it really soothed it right down. This product's very easy to over apply as well, so I've been just being very delicate and using a tiny amount and then layering up if I have to. So this is controversial, but I'm not using sunscreen at the moment, only because for me it's hit or miss as to whether a sunscreen is going to irritate my skin, whether that's chemical or physical, especially chemical sunscreens though, which are my favorite to use. They can irritate my skin. They either irritate my skin or don't, if that makes sense. So I have very particular chemical sunscreens I can and can't use. Physical sunscreens always seem to irritate my skin. They tend to feel like they're drying me out, so I don't use them. Lucky for me, it's winter in the UK, so it's just dark all the time. There's no UV index at the moment either. It's literally on 0, and I'm not going out that often. So just while my skin is repairing, I find that this is personally benefiting me a lot because it's not causing any potential further irritation. So yeah, I hope that was useful. As I mentioned, these are things I'm purely doing to help my current skin situation, but I hope maybe this provides some information for ingredients to look out for, ingredients you might want to research a little bit more into, and see if they'll benefit your skin if you ever get into this mess of a situation. Luckily, I think I'm through the thick of it now. But yeah, leave your product favorites down below. I'm always on the lookout for new products, of course. Ingredients you found really help with your irritated skin, I think would help as well. One thing that I think would really use is what kind of products did you use that damaged your skin? For me, it's chemical exfoliators, which we all know we need to be careful with. I just went crazy and got cocky and used too much. But let me know yours down below. But yeah, that is it from me now, guys. I will see you next time.